Okay, so far, every platform in this series has gotten the full treatment, right? I did the same lesson, I ran it through the same 3 tests, so showing you both the designer and the learner side of things. YouTube and Canva are two that I'm not doing that for. And it's not because I didn't try. It's because what I found told me everything I needed to know. So YouTube and Canva are both in the complicated category because they're free and they're a free part of something that you already have access to. Typically, you're not paying for it, right? You can access the Canva tool, the Canva course tool, from a free account. And YouTube, obviously, it's free to have a YouTube account. I was asked for these two in particular, and so that is why I am keeping them in. Otherwise, I would have just scrapped this. Both have features that kind of make it feel like, oh, this has some potential. And I was kind of excited when I first jumped in. You know, YouTube, because it's free, everybody's already on it, and it feels really easy to just pull things in that you already have. YouTube also recently added the ability to do quizzes and have files. I'm guessing because they had courses in there now. With Canva, if you're already building in Canva, you've got slides in there, you have documents in there. And so again, it feels easy to pull in things that can look and feel like activities and not just make it content consumption. So what I found is neither one of them is really good. It's really good for much. First of all, the user interface isn't great. And Canva, not only is it hard to find, but also it's not really meant for selling courses. I'm Dr. Katrina Mitchum, and I've been designing and redesigning courses online since 2009. And we are going to go ahead and jump in and do both platforms in one. We're going to start with YouTube. Okay, so YouTube is free. It's everywhere. If you have things on a YouTube channel, it's very easy to pull things into a YouTube course. So up in the create, you can click new course. You would title it, decide whether or not it's public, and then you add videos to the course, and then that's it. Then you just hit create, and it pulls in the videos. So I have already done this. So I'm going to go in and show you what this looks like. So I did call it Course Creation Jumpstart, even though it doesn't have my videos in it. So if I click on this, in order to take advantage of any of the kind of learning tools that YouTube has now built in, you do need to do that at the individual video level. And so if I click edit and then go all the way down to the bottom right, there is the option to do a quiz and to add a file. And so I have created a quiz. You can add as many quizzes as you like. In a minute, I'm going to show you what the learner view of that looks like, but it works the same way as the cards do in YouTube, and so you can put it where you want it to show up, and then add the quiz. The quiz might be, are we having fun yet? Yes, no. And if you want to give an explanation for why it was the right or wrong answer, you can do that too. So I'm just going to click save. Once it is saved, you can't edit it. You just have to delete the quiz and start over. The other thing is a file. So I have uploaded a file here, and we're going to go see what that looks like on the learner end of things. So if you want to use quizzes and give files, you have to do that on the individual video level. And so that is kind of how they try to do the learning. So you could have videos that are unlisted, I suppose, and then you can have some written instructions in here, and then you can have your quiz and your file. Again, this is all external stuff. And that is kind of all you can do in terms of getting it set up. Now, you do have to back out to this course level in order to be able to grab the shareable link. The analytics are pretty useless because if you have the videos set as public, because they are pulling in, like I haven't shared this link with anybody, and there's already analytics in there. So it's pulling all of the information about the video regardless of how I've shared it. So you would want to upload them as unlisted and then pull them into the course. Otherwise, it's going to be skewed. But this is also part of the reason why I did not spend a whole lot of time on this. There's not really a lot to do. Okay, so this is what the course looks like from the learner perspective. I just went ahead and jumped into a different YouTube account. Right now it is in the wrong order. You can download these, share all these too, but if I just wanted to press play, then I can do that from here. It would just start straight into the course. You still get all of the stuff on the side. The course does show up in this upper right hand corner. The video that I did put the things in was this first video here. And so down here, we can see that this is where the quiz shows up. So I did already take the first quiz. I put not yet. And then I've got the second quiz. Are we having fun yet? I'm having a blast doing these platform reviews. I'm so glad someone asked about this one because I didn't know it was here. So I can take this quiz too. I can thumbs up or thumbs down as the learner. So it took me more time than I would care to admit to find that PDF that you saw that was uploaded, but it is in the description. So I do have to go all the way down to this spot. You can see where I took the quizzes, and then I can click on that document and it will open up for me directly in Google. And that is it. So I can see the transcript. I don't know how I mark whether or not the lesson is complete. Let's see what happens when I go all the way to the end. Cancel. But it does go one video right into the next. Yeah, we're not gonna stay on that image. It does go one right into the next. So it will like play your whole playlist of course videos for you. But if you look down here, it says course progress, 0 out of 3. We just watched me go through one very quickly. So I'm not sure what it's tracking, or if it's tracking, or even how it's tracking. Yeah, so that is a good big part of why I'm not recommending this, and I didn't even really try to take it through all of the pieces because one, no, you can't track. This fails across everything very easily. You cannot track student completion. It looks like not at all, but if you can, it's just through a video completion. 2, there is one pathway through the things, and 3, there's a lot of friction in here, right? You have to scroll down a lot. It's not clear because it's got all of this other clutter. It's not clear where the things are that you're trying to interact with. And so that's all I have to say about YouTube's Course Creator. Free is not always the best. Okay, the other one in this, I don't think this is a good idea video is Canva. So somebody had suggested or requested that I take a look at Canva because Canva has a free course platform. So first of all, I couldn't find it anywhere. My first instinct was to go to create, and it's not there. So where I did find it, should you choose to take this adventure, is under projects. And so under a new projects, you can click new course. So I am going to actually go in here and show you what I've got so far. So the thing about Canva is it is only good for internal training, right? So when you want to add or assign the course, it has to be to people that are already in your space. So this isn't something that somebody buys from you. It's more for internal training. If you want to do it for internal training, that would probably be a whole separate video. If you want that, let me know in the comments, but I'm not going to take a whole lot of time doing that here. So the way that it basically works is I did create a module. I did make a good try of putting the pieces in here. Something that I do think is really useful for teams is this ability to star for the team. Like there's a lot of things that you can do for the team. And in the folder itself, you can, for each one of these, you can make them offline, but you can also make them able to be a template so that it makes a copy for your team member. So as the learner, I can jump in here and I can have a copy made of this whiteboard and the survey and all that good fun stuff. Doesn't seem like there's really a good way to track that. It also is letting me turn the module 1 into a course. I thought I already did that, but here we are. And so this is where I can select whether or not it's a template. I've already done that. So you can pick template or resource. And this really is for team members. So if we go ahead and view it as a learner, this is the first activity that I had built into it. And then up here on the top right, you can see that I can go to the next activity. Okay, so that piece isn't working. Let's go back to editing. So there are some quirks and some things that aren't working the way that I would have thought. This, again, isn't the kind of thing that you would sell to someone, but I am going to show you what this looks like from the learner perspective. So I made myself a team member, and I'm going to go ahead and start the course. So it has made myself a copy. This is the pick your path from my lesson. If I click next activity, yeah, see, I thought it was going to be just the learner view, but for some reason this is broken. Not sure why that's not working, but it should when I resume course. Okay, so it made me a copy of this piece, and I've already started filling things out. Okay, and then I would click next activity. That's not doing anything, so I'm going back. So this is ridiculously clunky to have to keep clicking resume course for all the pieces and parts to show up. I don't know if that is a current bug or what, but now I have done my due diligence showing you both sides of the coin. Again, so internal team training, maybe it is super clunky for that. Even I would find something else personally. So YouTube and Canva showed up in this series because the question is, what platform should I use, right? They are part of the conversation, and people did actually ask for me to look at these when I put it out there. What are you interested in? And I wanted to be honest and actually do it, but that is also why the conversation ends here, right? YouTube is a content discovery platform. Canva is for design and collaboration. Neither one is built for active learning or to ask whether or not your students are learning. They both tried to retrofit a course onto the platform that already exists. That's a theme that we're seeing in a lot of tools here, and they didn't do it right. So it's not whether or not you can deliver content through them. You can. If you have a resource library, it might be a good way to go. But if you're trying to create an actual learning experience, neither one of these are the place to do it. If you're still not sure if you're at the place where you should be picking a platform, I have a quiz in the description. And next week, I will actually get back to using the same lesson, doing the same 3 tests. Next up is circle. If it's not there, it'll be there next week.